So it's no secret these days that Google has some very intrusive practices when it comes to tracking user behavior. If you're using a default Android or iOS phone, then most of your data is being sent to Google and other large tech companies in an effort to try and understand user behavior more and so they can make more money off advertising. Now, I've done a previous video on Calyx OS and how it can be used to degoogle your phone and basically eliminate most of the tracking that you use. Now, unfortunately, with Calyx OS, there's one fatal flaw with it in that it still allows for Google Play services and micro-G. Now, although this may not be as bad as just installing the regular Google Play Store on your phone with Android, it's still another security flaw that can easily be avoided as since for 90% of users, we don't even really need these Google services in the first place. I found of all the regular apps that I was using through Aurora, the only one that actually wouldn't function without Google services was Tinder. I'm just kidding. It was Grinder. But anyway, so GrapheneOS is arguably the most secure operating system you can have on your phone. So Lineage OS and some of these other custom ROMs that have become very popular on Android phones because they use the ADB debugger tool. There's some security issues with their boot process in that any operating system can essentially be booted up so you can boot up a version that has some security flaws on it. It also leaves a lot of these Android debugger tools on the phone itself. So that's just another target for people who are trying to exploit your phone. Now, if you have any of these phones, primarily the Pixels, then you can easily just install GrapheneOS. You'll be able to rest assured that a lot of these large tech companies aren't tracking your user behavior, and you'll also know that your phone is not susceptible to people who are trying to exploit it. Now, the good thing about GrapheneOS is that there's actually an installer that can be done over the web. So one of the issues that a lot of people have argued about GrapheneOS is that the command line installation is not necessarily noob friendly. And especially if you're on Windows or Mac OS, you might not be as comfortable using the CLI. So if you're on a Chromium-based browser, that means if you're using any of these browsers, I'm going to attempt to do it on Brave. I believe it's possible to do on Brave. If it's not, then I'm going to have to re-record this entire bit, which is going to be annoying. But if you're on a Chromium-based browser like these, you'll easily be able to install GrapheneOS. It takes a lot less time, and it can be done in under 10 minutes, essentially. So yeah, once you've confirmed that your phone actually supports GrapheneOS, so if it's one of the Pixel phones, then the next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to enable OEM unlocking. So I already have it set up on my phone, but you would essentially go into settings, go to about phone, and you would keep pressing the build number until the developer mode is enabled. I'm on Calyx OS at the moment, so I just went into the developer options and I selected OEM unlocking. So once that's done, depending on the operating system you're using, you may need to skip over this. So if you're on Linux like me, then you're going to need to install one of these packages. If you're on Windows or Mac OS, just skip over this step and we'll deal with this afterwards. But if you're on Linux, then you're going to need to install this package. I'm on Arch Linux, so I'm going to install this one as it says in the guide. So just sudo pacman syu. I hope I don't have a lot of updates that need to be installed as well. Okay, so I should probably have mentioned as well, if you're on Ubuntu or Debian or any of those other distributions, then you'll need to do this one instead. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to need to go into the bootloader. So the easiest way to do this is to just restart your phone and then just press the down button as it comes up. Now, I'm not going to show you this on my physical device because I don't have a camera handy. You're a big boy. You can figure out how to push the down on the volume. Okay, so once you're in the bootloader interface, all you need to do is just connect your phone to your computer or laptop. There's a section in the guide, so if you're in Windows, you need to set up this driver. Can't show you that on my computer because I'm not running Windows, but hopefully it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So before we do this, just make sure that you've backed up all of your data because it's going to completely wipe your phone. As long as that's not an issue for you, just click Unlock Bootloader and you'll see your phone here and you can just click collect. So once you've done that, you're going to get a new screen on your phone. And you're going to want to push the volume up or down key to select unlock the bootloader. Now, if you can't see that on your phone, if it didn't do anything after you pressed this button and selected your device, then it could be an issue either with your browser, so you might be using Firefox or some other non-Chromium browser where this isn't supported, or it could be an issue with your USB port, so make sure you're using the best USB port that's available on your computer. So if you click download release, it's going to detect which release is the best for your phone. And once you've got the factory image, it's going to flash this onto the device itself. So once that's completely downloaded, you can just click flash release and this will wipe your complete OS. So if you haven't backed up your data, then you're going to fuck yourself over. It might actually already be too late, I'm not too sure. But anyway, flash. And then your phone will start restarting and booting up into this new operating system. And while all this is going on, I should probably warn you, just don't push anything on your phone or click start or any of this. It's not necessary, it's doing it all from the browser, okay? So you don't have to worry about anything. And you know what? Just as I'm recording this now, I realized I previously recorded a scene where I was showing how to unlock the OEM, and I realized that that's just gone from my phone now. So yeah, don't be like me. Back up your data, kids. Okay, so this is all flash now. On your phone, it should be in the fast boot mode. And now the only thing left to do is to lock the bootloader. Now, this is the primary reason why we're using GrapheneOS. So with other custom ROMs, since they're not using verified boot, there's an ability for people to flash a malicious operating system onto it to gain into your phone. So we're just going to click lock bootloader. And on your phone, you're just going to push the up button or down button and just click lock the bootloader. Okay, so now on your phone, under the device state, you'll see that it says locked. This means that it completely set up verified boot. So now all you need to do is just press start and you'll boot into GrapheneOS for the first time. So there's a few things that you're going to need to do just after you've set it up. I don't know how feasible it's going to be to record the screen on a newly flashed phone. So if you don't see my phone, you'll see some stock imagery or something right now while I talk over and how to explain it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is going to the settings. You're going to need to go into the developer settings in your phone and the part that you initially set to OEM unlocking, you're going to want to disable that so that OEM unlocking isn't enabled anymore. Secondly, you're going to need to use the Auditor app in order to verify the installation. So there's a little tutorial inside the installation guide which tells you how to do this. Essentially, it's already pre-installed with GrapheneOS, so you don't need to download it from F-Droid or the Play Store or anything like that. So normally how this works is you'll need another phone that I don't know, an Android phone or something like that, and you pair with their phone in order to verify that the operating system that was flashed onto your phone is the correct one. Now you should do this because if your computer was compromised in any way, or say for example, it was compromised through the internet connection from the server or something like that, maybe a DNS spoofing or something, then there's a good chance that the operating system that's on your phone isn't the correct one. Now, I know this might be extreme case, but the same way that we verify the signature when we download a certain package or something from online, it's good to do this just to verify that this is the correct operating system and that nothing malicious that has gone through in any way. There you have it. You have GrapheneOS installed. So most people focus on trying to eradicate Google services and other things like that online when they're browsing. But the device that you have on your person for 90% of the time, your phone, often is more intrusive and tracks more of your behavior. So it's good that you're able to set up something that's not only completely private, but is also arguably more secure than most of these other Android custom ROMs. So unlike Calyx OS, this can be done completely online, and it's arguably way easier than installing Calyx OS, which is always a plus if you're trying to convince people to do it. But anyway, if you have any issues with this, please let me know, and let me know if it worked out for you. But until then, I'll see you next time.